Hey there everyone, and welcome back to the Reactjs training. Now in this video, and in fact in this upcoming few videos, we'll be building up a few blogs for us. And let me just clear the things here very frankly that we are not going to write everything from the scratch. Our goal is to understand the working structure and JSX bit more. So we'll be using a template and we'll be converting that template from Bootstrap to the React.js template. And this is going to give us a point where we'll be very frustrating because a lot of things will not work, and I'll show you how to walk through with that. A lot of classes and a lot of attributes doesn't work the way they used to be work in HTML. And I'll also walk you through what I did behind your back. So I have created a new folder, and in fact you'll be getting all of these exercise files, so don't worry. And what I want you to do is I have created a new folder that says full scale apps, and in the full scale apps I have created a new project, and again this time I have used the simple command create react app, so no need to just go through again with all of those npm install and everything. And inside the blog we have our usual stuff like public, src, package json, and pretty much everything that we are quite familiar with. So let me open up a new window for Atom, and we'll be opening this project. So let's click on the open desktop, exercise react, full scale apps, blog, open that up. So we have got a lot of things in here. I'll open them up, and in fact we'll be doing quite a lot of copy and pasting. So I'll minimize that for a second. Now I want you to search this string free bootstrap templates, and that we'll be using. So I have clicked on this very first link, which is actually startbootstrap.com, and I think this would be good. Clean blog. I previewed that to download, and you can download it in here. I got a live preview in here as well. Just download it in the meantime. I've already got that on my system, and this is the simplest possible thing in here. Now obviously it's having a about page as well and a sample post as well. We will not be working on them. We'll be working on just index file there, index.html, and we want to break it down into a lot of components and then render it out. So that's gonna be our only goal. So let's minimize that, and now extract the get bootstrap start bootstrap folder there, and you can see a lot of files in here. Basically our gulp is there, some mailing scripts are there. We don't need them actually. If you can or you want to, you can surely do, but read the license agreements, what they are saying. We will not be using in our production, so we don't need to worry much about this. Is just for practice purposes. And open up our exercise folder there as well, and go into full scale app, blog, and go into public. Now what I want you to do is copy everything into the public except index.html. So just select everything. And why we are not copying index? Because I don't want it to be replaced by this, because this index consists of a lot of code, which is just injection code of React.js, and we want it to be there. So I'll just copy and paste rest of the things. In fact, I'm just moving them in here, and I think this should be okay for now. Now we will be opening this file into another instance of an Atom. So let's go ahead and open that up. And straightforwardly we can see in the public we have got a lot of things in here. So let's open and find out our index.html, and you can see the reason we haven't copied this because we have simply got a root ID there, so that is working in here. And what we'll be doing is we will try to just render everything inside this element using our app.js. So everything will be rendered in from here. What I'll be doing is I'll be just deleting everything, and I'll just keep a div there. I delete that. In fact, we don't need this class name as well, and we'll work out with a lot of concept that what is this class name. We have seen in the CSS that it's just a class, what is called going on in here. And basically if I run my app, everything should be good. It just should give us a clean slate there. So npm, oops, I need to go inside this blog first of all. So blog and npm start, and there we go. And there we go. Just a clean blog, no errors, and it's a good sign for us right now. And what I'll be doing is I'll be breaking the things first of all. That would be a good idea. And before I break everything up, I would like to open up our index.html from public. So go ahead, find that, double click, and we will open that up. Okay, that sounds good so far. Now let's open another file there, and that file is actually on the desktop, and it's inside the start bootstrap index.html. It will open up in another instance or not. It's not opening up, but that's okay. Now what I want you to do is to get a couple of things from in here, because we are quite reliable on the bootstrap CSS and some custom fonts and all of that. So whatever is going after the bootstrap core CSS, you can just copy that out. So copy this, go into the index.html of your public folder into your app, and just, I think you should paste that. That would be good. So paste that. Okay, that's step number one. Now go into the body, and we want to go at the very bottom of it. So notice just after the footer, you can see some jQuery, although jQuery would be an overkill in here, but we are not worried much about the performance in here of the app. This is just a basic app, and it's gonna load quite quickly and quite fast. And what we are expecting is we need to copy all of this. Notice I'm copying from my template into the public folder. Okay, I hope everybody is along with me. And notice you have to paste everything before the body. So if I look in here, it's always before the body. So go back into public, and at the bottom we are just pasting it. And the reason why we have actually moved everything inside the public is so that we don't have to worry much about the path. For example, in here it says js/jq bootstrap validation, so it is going to find the file like js, and everything is going to be there. Okay, so basically things are good so far. As I save everything, it should not give us anything, and that's a good thing. Now what we want to do is go into the index.html, and now the things are gonna break. What I want you to do is go at the very top inside your body, and in the navigation, just click on in here. Don't just do anything. Don't just do and drag and select it. It's a bad idea in here. It's gonna mess up the things. So click in here before the navigation, go at the very bottom, and just here in the footer, just press down your shift key and hit click there. So notice it's selected, and it's much more neat. And I want you to do is copy everything in here. And now let's just break the things. Go into the source and click on this app.js, and I would say double click on this. That would be good. And just inside this division, I want you to paste all of this thing. And obviously it's gonna break up. It's gonna break up. So let's just save this. And we are expecting a break there. Okay, so a lot of mess is being made. Now let me quickly show you a couple of shortcuts by which you can sort out this mess. Now the first mess that is making up is with this class. Now in the JSX, the class is already a reserved keyword, so you cannot use this class keyword. So you have to replace it with the class name. That's point number one. The second thing that's messing around is the comments. You cannot make comments like this. In fact, if you remember, the comments are being made by a different way, using a curly braces, then a // then that's how you made the comment. But changing this class in this file is kind of a nightmare. Yes, of course, but luckily we are using a good editor in here. And what I can do in here is I can select the class and now press Command Control and G, and notice it's selecting all of the class for me. And notice this is so lovely, so lovely. And what I'll be doing is you can just go anywhere, don't just click anywhere, and you have to say simply class name and make sure N is capital there. Now as soon as I save this is again gonna make a mess, because notice at the top this class name is also being changed, so that is why it's not rendering anything. So we have to watch out. So save that. And now things are back, and notice now it's complaining again. It says, hey, there are a few problems in here in line number 11 there. Notice this is comment, and that is not allowed. So what I'll be doing is I'll be selecting this text, and in fact what I should do, I can do a mask select there by pressing Command G, I guess. No, Command G is not there. Command D, Yep, I can do a mask select by Command D as well. But you know what? I won't be doing that. I would be manually just getting rid of all of these comments. It would be better idea in this case. I know this is a lot of labor work there, but trust me, this is much more cooler than what we could have done by mask select. So just get rid of this, and we are getting rid of all the page headers, all the comments, and looks good. Here we are having a few problems, and so far it's good. And let's just see if we can find, okay, we are having a problem in here, and I think footer, get rid of that, and I think we are good to go. So save that. Of course, it's not going to solve all the problems yet. We have to worry about there. Now notice it's saying that, hey, there is an HR. Now JSX requires you to every element to be a self-closing or at least a closing tag there. In case the closing tag is not going to be there, it's going to complain to you. So you have to watch out for that. So notice if anything is there. Now notice it says at line number 50, there is an HR tag. So we can just quickly go to line number 50. There is an HR tag. All you have to do is make it a self-closing tag. And notice if anything else is complaining, let's just save that and it's gonna help us. And it says that closing for HR tag is again at line number 113. So 113 is there, but it's not. Sometimes you have to look around and search for that. There we go. We have found an HR. Save that. And still it's complaining. So all we have to do is get all of these as a self-closing tag, and I'll just walk it through quickly that if we are missing. Now this is, I know this is a pain, but sometimes you have to just go with that. And this is an HR, that's good. And just scrolling through it. Okay, so I just spanned through it. I just watched very carefully and just selected all of the HR. Now it's, although it's looking good, but we are not done yet. Our page is not displaying anything. We are not injecting anything so far. So it's good. We are exporting the default app. That is good so far. And this is good. We have just one element, which is div, and that is being exported in here. Okay, so far things are good. Looks good. So now let's go back into our index.html. And the ID is root. Okay, looks good. Let's go at the bottom, and we are exporting the app. Let's go ahead and watch out for the app.js, index.js by the way. And we are just injecting everything good. Looks good. Okay, so now things are good so far, but we are expecting that things should be rendered in here, but we are getting some problems. So a good idea would be to just go into the inspect, and we can see in the console what error is being popping up. It says an uncaught error is there, and the style property expects a mapping from style property. So this is another kind of error, and what I can do is I can simply hit simply a command F to find it, and just search for the word style there and click on this find, and notice we do have a style. Now inline styling is completely a different game in here, and we'll talk about that later on. Right now we don't want to be getting into that much of the mess. I would like to just delete everything in here and that extra code as well, and I'll save that, and now things reload, and now we are back in business. So notice although things are not that much prettier because we don't have the top bar in here, or our header is actually a little bit broke, but as I move into the shorter version, things are working almost the same, not exactly the same. We'll look out how we can get these style tags and everything, how we can actually generate our header image there for sure. But I think we should do that in the next movie. I know we have done quite a lot of things in just one movie, but I'll catch you up in the next video.